Alright, some people were asking me how to do AoD Midlure, and I figured I'd make a little guide on how to do it. This guide's going to have basically 3 parts. The first part is going to be me doing a kind of like TLDR, intro to how to do the kill with just the bare bone basics of what you need to do in a step-by-step basis without really any extra stuff. Part 2 is going to be kind of like some tips and just extra information that I found was helpful while learning AoD and kind of doing it more long term. Part 3 is going to be just a whole entire kill where you just get to watch exactly what I do without any editing or anything special, that you just see a regular kill. I'm going to be assuming that you've either done the boss a decent bit or you've watched guides so you know the mechanics. So any really big mechanic stuff that you don't know about, I'm not going to cover whatsoever. I'm going to tell you how to deal with certain mechanics in the strategy Midlure does it, but anything else that isn't a complete different change from Southeastern Midlure, I'm not going to mention. As for gear, to keep this kind of short and not take 40 minutes, basically just use whatever the best gear you possibly can use. And for inventory, the only difference from Southeast to Midlure is just bring Vuln Tankle runes. You're expected to start every next kill with 100% Adren, so you can either do that by starting the hour and building on the dummy, or at the end of the next kill, right before she's dead, you build to 100% and then loot and install Adren until you enter the next kill. Stand in your quadrant and sun on drop, Adren pot, and then do your sun rotation. Entangle your Reaver, or if you're receiving next special attack, you get ready to tank the hits. Get back onto Nex and DPS her down to 2.1 million health. After your phase Nex, turn on Soul Split, evoke your Reaver, and DPS it down with basics. Once your crystal spawns, you'll Vuln, Wild Magic, and Asphyxiate while you're spamming your summoning pots. Stand in this exact spot, and build on Nex until your minion is focused on you, then search. Now, while you're still attacking Nex, build towards 100% Adren and Sun. Use Anticipation at around 30% after you've sunned to avoid the minion stun. Use your thresholds to phase Nex to 1.8 million health. Once phase, start attacking Umbra, and once it's dead, switch towards Glacies until Glacies is either dead or Nex is attackable again. Finish your sun with whatever thresholds you wish, while soul splitting to regain your lost HP. Build towards Onslaught, and at the end of your Onslaught, Adren pot, Wild Magic, and Fixate until Nex reaches 600,000 health. Whoever is closest to the pool will help tank it, excluding the hammer and the tank. If you're required to get in the pool during or before your onslaught, you can get in there, eat up, return to your previous spot, and do a Sun Adren pot rotation instead. Before you phase Nex at 600,000 health, try to be inside the Umbra quadrant so you avoid certain special attacks at the start of that phase. Once the shadow traps stop, Nex is far enough away from you that she won't be hitting you with her auto attacks. Feel free to soul split off the pillars. Build towards Sun on the last pillar. Make sure to threshold next down until she's around 100,000 health, and start building with basics until you have 100% adrenaline towards the end of the kill. Turn on Fortitude and begin installing your Dren while you pick up your loot and bank for the next kill. Now that you understand the general strategy, here are some tips that might be helpful. Switching to dual wield is far faster to entangle and vol. Debilling when Nex raises her hands during her phase 1 special allows you to block all 3 hits and threshold and soul split through most of the damage. If someone surges on top of you during the P2 minion transition to Midlure, you need to wait until your minion spawns, invoke it to make sure it's on you instead of the other entangle that is on top of you. Attack Nex again, and then search. Nex can hide the fact that she's doing an auto-attack animation if she's currently in an animation for any of her specials during phase 2. If your team leaves the pull up during the phase 3 transition, you need to keep in mind that your health should be around 7,000 to 8,000 in case more people are dead, because the damage from the pull is due to the amount of players alive in the instance. If you're not within Nex auto-attack range during the last phase, you won't take any pillar effects or any damage from the bombs. But if the tank moves next closer to you, the bomb damage and the pillar effects such as the stun or the root from the Glacius pillar will go into effect instantly without any auto attacks reaching you. You can get a resin during the last phase transition of 600,000 health if you anticipate resonance and then take up your mage prey and receive the hit. Make sure to have your mage prey back on before anticipate ends.